Hi, welcome to the Snag. So today we've come down to the lovely cold but gloriously sunny Whitemark. So the tide at the moment is just on its way out. I finished work a little bit later than I wanted to today, so I've missed some of the down tide, but that's not a problem. It's the flood that we want to hit. It goes on to sand literally about 10 yards past, well, not even 10 yards past the end of the stone. But there's Whitemark itself. I'm not going to fish up there because quite a bit of the sort of coral that's out there is exposed at the moment. So the sand is hopefully here. The guy next to me over there has got the prime spot that I wanted today, but never mind, it doesn't matter. There's ray all along here. I've come down here, I don't know if you can see it. I chose this bit. It's where your watercraft comes in handy. So there's like a crease line that runs out here and it comes in. And there's also another channel of like current across here. So I'm going to be firing one bait out what looks to be about 75-80 yards onto the edge of like the current that's coming in close. It's pretty much running along with the sun line, if you can see that. And then, like I say, I've got slack water onto my left, and it sort of loops in and out all the way out where the tides are crossing. So I've got tidal flow on my right. I've got like small sort of slack water on my left. It's about 40 minutes from low tide. I'm just going to get set up and yeah, we'll get fishing and hopefully we'll pull out some blonde ray would be nice. That's the goal today, but any fish will do because the Bristol channel's shockingly bad at the moment. Okay, so first bait up is just a long bit of bluey. All my baits today have been marinated with my bait oil. So I don't have to worry about squirting it on today. Unless you want to put a little bit extra on. It's just on a pulley rig. The trace is about 2.5 foot, my standard go-to. And nothing fancy at all, real basic. Not that the fish can really see around here, it's so murky out there. And then yeah, we'll fire that out there. Sorry, still getting everything organised. So yeah, today that's running 60-pound braid, and it's going to 100-pound rig body, 80-pound hook length. Just because it can get a bit rough and a bit snaggy. If I get a blonde, I want to be able to stand a chance of getting it in should it be fair size. So it can play you up here. Right, get this out there. Okay, so that's straight on the crease that's like coming round and into the bay. I literally couldn't have done that any better if I tried. So what we'll do is with the second rod that I'm just about to set up, we'll have that one in closer and I'm going to have that on the side of the more slack water over here. I've just seen a dogfish come out from the fisherman behind me, so hopefully that means the fish will be biting today. So if you're looking for a good investment with a rod, the Tronix Pro Xenon travel rod, this bit of kit is absolutely brilliant. Comes in 6 pieces, folds down to I think it was 73 centimetres. Well, it doesn't fold down, it comes apart to that. It's 40-ton Japanese carbon. It's got all Fuji eyes as well. It's got a great reel seat that doesn't mess about. It's got a Tronix coaster that comes with it as well. So I've had this for 5-6 years now. It's absolutely fab. The lacquer started to just go a little bit brown here, but apart from that, that's the only thing. So it handles 3 to 6 ounces and it's 12'6". As far as travel rods go, I haven't found one better yet, so I quite often bring this one to Marks with me because I can just throw it on top of my box. I keep contemplating buying a second one, carry everything on my back instead of in my hands, because they're more than capable. You wouldn't want to be holding it all day because it's a bit tip heavy with the obviously so many spigots, but other than that, it's got a nice soft tip, sits in the tide well. Yeah, it'll pull in large fish. I've pulled in large rays. What have I had with this one? 13 pound or so. I think the hook point piece I did on small-eyed rays, I think this was used on that, and I had 3 double figures on that up at Gasworks, and then I've had double figure eels to like £16.8 on it, and it handled it all with ease, no problem. The tip's soft, but you've got strength in like the mid and the butt, and it's very forgiving on the cast as well. So on that, I'm using my Akuma multi today. It's the ALC mag. It's got a 22-pound line leading to a 80-pound leader, and the reason I'm not using the Akuma 8Ks is because I need to re-spool them. Managed to get the line trapped on both, and then it wouldn't come out, and it was running through stone, so that's the end of that mono. I'll get rid of that and redo them, but I've been flat out and haven't done it yet. So multi today, and the other reel is a I can't remember what it's lastly called now, Akuma Selena. It's a big game reel. That's loaded with 60-pound braid or 55-pound braid, I can't remember, 55 or 60 either way. Strong, and the leader on that is I think it's 80 or 100, I can't remember now. More than strong enough for what we're doing today anyway. Oh, is that a bite already? I think it is. Well, I'll keep an eye on that. I missed that as it was. Got to assume let us know if it's still there. So, this is a scratching rig with a difference. It's a Wessex, or one up, one down, whatever, people have different names for it and whatnot, depending on where you're from. So, it's a real simple rig. It's got the running ledger format for those that don't know. On the bottom here on £80, it's going to a 4.0, and I have a large worm and crab bait on that. And then on the upper hook here, which hangs like a paternoster, I've just got a smaller 2.0, and I'll have, I don't know, maybe a worm on that, maybe squid later on. I've got a bit of everything with me today, so if there's any cod out there, I'd like to be in a chance with finding them. So some good cod have come off this mark in past years gone by. Doesn't mean they're there today, mind. Apparently the boats have seen very little cod. I've been quite lucky with the codling this year. I've had quite a few, but it's not near here, unfortunately. So anyway, I'm going to rig this up, get this out. So the crab that I bought today is a spider as well. I don't bother with the legs, I know lots of people use them, but the way I'm using it, it's for a big bait, so I'm not messing about with that. It's still a bit frozen. Okay, so we're fishing. So the main thing I'm looking for today is obviously the blonde ray. Chucked out a big bit of a crabber and lug, just in case there's any like cod coming about. We'll see. So we've got one large bait, one not so large bait, and one smaller bait out. So Wessex pulley, beautiful sun, dirty water. Let's hope for a dirty great lunker as well. That'd be nice. Anyway, guess we'll wait and see. Time for a coffee. You know what? Absolutely love that rod. It's a Tronics Pro Competition Blackout. I think it's the best all-round rod I think I've owned. My all-round rod used to be the Century Tip Tornado Supermatch Graphics. I've sold that. This thing though, it's so easy to load up and fire out. The tip is like super responsive, it's got a glass tip. Yeah, like I say, it's easy to load up, it's very forgiving. It's a very progressive loading as well, which is nice. Nice and smooth. And you've got plenty of power for like the larger fish, like the large rays and stuff like we're going for today, in the mid and the lower bands. So absolutely fantastic rod. I'd be happy fishing for like flatties and stuff on a clean beach with this, or into sort of like light heavy for large conger and specimen fish. It's great. Chucks 4 to 8 ounces. I've chucked out 7 ounces and a whole mackerel with it, and it didn't even flinch. It sends it. I've only kept one of my Century rods now, which is a WR300 for like super heavy fishing. All the rest are gone. I've moved to Tronics. The other one I really like is the Competition Match GT. That's a really nice rod as well. That's 4 to 9 ounces. Again, fantastic bite detection. Good all-round rod. The only thing is it's a little bit longer and at over 14 foot. It's not my preferred choice. I prefer a shorter rod. 13 sort of 4, 13, 6. I'm perfectly happy with that. especially when some marks are cramped or you're limited with room behind you and stuff. But where you've got room, you can't beat it. Bossington absolutely excels. So I'll pick you up a second. I'm not sure if you can see it, but lovely oil slick out there. That's the reason I put the bait spray on. Now the tide's pushing in, although it's marinated, that'll leach off while it's under water, but I wanted some extra on it just so that as it goes down through the water column, it comes there's excess out there basically. There's a strong grip through here. So you'll have noticed I went to a smaller bait. Reason being, there's a bit of flat water out there and the crease has moved a lot further out. It's about 130 yards out. So because of that, I've moved to a smaller bait so I can cast further. Big fish will still take a smaller bait, whilst a big bait will keep off the smaller fish. This isn't a dedicated big bait session, so we'll do what's needed to try and catch some fish. And besides, I've still got big bait out, even though it's in a lot closer. It's probably about 30-40 yards out with the right hand rod. So I might start fishing a smaller bait further out and see if there's anything out there. So a lot of the time here, fish are under your feet. People don't realise, even in the super shallow water, you'll pick them up. I come down here with a guy, Chris Wells, and he's seen me quite a few times just sort of like cob one out 40-50 yards if that, and you can get like small eyed rays and blondes to sort of 9.5 to 13 pound that close in. So I think a lot of the time people are overcasting here, but you never know. Stick one out far, one in close, all bases covered, isn't it? If there's nothing there, I'll bang one out as far as I can and then work my way back to see if I can find it. Time for another brew, I think. Just had a tickle on the left hand. Yeah. That's fish on. great. It's flapping on the surface. Still about 30 yards out at the moment. Come on, ease up. A small spot here, I'm not sure. Let's see. Make my life a bit easier and take the T-bar with me. So it's just the start of the flood. It's a nice little small-eyed grey. Be careful with it. Okay. So yeah. Goes a few pounds a male. Yeah, not a bad start. Happy days. Okay, so that's a good one. Right, smaller bait further out by the looks of things. It's flooding in quickly now. It's just come up 4 o'clock. We've got half an hour. Oh, we've got a bite on the right by the looks of it. Happy days. Go on. Bloody hell. Go on. Yeah, do it or not? And hold it on. Not sure if you can see it on the camera, especially with me in the way, but out there's a nice crease line running through the mark. So that's where the long range one is. It's probably about 130 out there, something like that. 130 yards, 135. Might be something small on the end. I'll give it a second to see if it develops. Could be something small having a pop at it. There goes the little snaps. Might be the little peltins or the little eels that we've got around at the moment, little straps. Not straps, bootlaces more like. The rig ruiners. Don't seem to be any whiting around it at the moment. Strange. The only place I caught those is blue anchor. Yeah, fish on. The tiniest of bites as well. Might be the tiniest of fish. No. No. I think it's taken me into a snag. Marvellous. Get the tide to pull me out, loosen it off a little. Come on. Come on. I'm going to go on the angle, see if I can get it out. So I'm guessing someone's lost some rigs out there, 'cause 2 of them definitely ain't mine. All of that for a small dog. Okay, everything retrieved. Joys are going a bit heavier. So. Right old mess. One little curled up dogfish. So let's get him back. He's had a bit of a rough one coming in today. Well, on the upside it's cleared a couple of line snags. Take all that rubbish home with me. Bloody hell. Oh, it's actually gone through my jeans bit. Probably couldn't do that if I tried. Where's mine? Mine's down there. It looks like I've taken 3 rigs. Okay. I'll put those in the box. Weed. Don't need all of that. Right, put that in the bin. I'm guessing they probably got buried in the sand at some point. Went down on the angle, held the pressure. I think the sand must have just washed away, hopefully, pulled up through. So That's a bonus of going strong anyway. Right, we've got, how long we got? We've got 20 minutes. Let's get another bait out of there. It's not over until the fat lady sings, and my mother's not here, so. Right. Out a long way. Nothing else that sets the line nicely for next time when I reel it back in. So it's still looking to settle out there. Come on. Oh, might be needing this one, isn't it? 20 minutes before I pack down and walk back. Just time for a coffee. This is the last cast today. Quite often there's 3 or 4 last casts. Let's get rid of the rest of that, save some weight. The glare's gone, I can ditch the shades, that's good. You watch now, I've poured the rest of that coffee away, I'll probably drop this one. Or get excited when I get a bite and drop it. Wouldn't be the first time. It's actually really unusual not to see a spotty around there. If you ever want a spotty, I find Porlock or here is probably 2 of the best choices. This one would be my first choice, casting in close. Running ledger normally. They're good fun here as well, they hit it really hard. Run off with it. A couple of times in the summer I thought it was like a small smooth hound or something, but just a little spotty in the tide. Okay, coffee down. Say like down here in the summer, if you get hold of some crab and come down here, you'll get some absolutely blinding smooth hounds here. But I'll put a picture just up here for you. And yeah, really good. There's another one down there. That seagull just crapped on me there. Alright, see if there's anything on the end. That's it now. It's a weed fish. Right, well that's the end of the session. Cheers for watching. Not a bad day really. Whitemark can produce the goods. But I was a bit unlucky today not to get it, but I'd say the fishing around here has been really poor lately, so I'm guessing that's part of the reason. But we got a ray, we got a dog, it's not a blank, that always makes it good. So I'll catch you next week. Thanks for watching. If you find yourself keep coming back and you haven't subscribed already, please give us a subscribe and like the videos you like. If you want to watch fishing marks, I've also got a playlist to do with fishing marks where I walk you through them. You can see what's there at low tide and everything else, and some hints and tips on the marks. So, right, with that, have a good one. I'm packing down and I need to run back to the car.